Hey guys, my name's Adam if this is your first time here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about SourceFed Nerds Movie Club pick this week, which is, of course, The Artist. This is a 2011 film which it's actually a black and white and silent film. Actually mostly silent film, I should say. Now, I do have to sort of put this out there right at the beginning, is that as a child I had an irrational fear of black and white television. Can't really explain it today. I guess that I thought that black and white TV as a child was like looking into a window that was filled with ghost people, and I was scared of it. With that said, I was able to enjoy this movie as an adult. Obviously I've gone back and, watched all the standard required viewing of, Hitchcock and Casablanca and, a little Charlie Chaplin and probably a little more of the Three Stooges than I'd like to admit. So back to this movie though. This movie to me sort of struggles with that that age-old problem. Video killed the radio star, and the talkies killed the silent film star. And it even stretches into other industries where, if you don't adapt, companies like Blockbuster get put out by Netflix. And, the pay-per-view industry in the next couple of days, interestingly enough, is about to take a big hit from the WWE Network, which is launching their own Netflix service that'll offer all of the pay-per-views on there on demand. It's an already sort of struggling industry with streaming already happening and taking a big cut out of that pie. Another thing that I thought was interesting is that there's a lot of references to other older movies in this. I'm gonna come out and say I didn't get them. I haven't seen a whole lot of these black and white silent films, but when I looked into it, there was a lot of, the main characters based on certain other people, but I'm not gonna sort of regurgitate that and pretend like I already knew it. I had no idea, although I did get one reference. I noticed a Lassie reference, so that counts for something. On the subject of that, though, I do think that the reason George really liked his dog so much is because his dog was basically in the same situation that he was, in that the dog could only communicate through his actions, just like George liked to, and that was why they were such good friends. What I think that George was trying to struggle with the most in this movie was that he felt like if he didn't really matter now, that none of what he had ever done really did matter. What's interesting about that is I think that Pepper Miller, she felt the opposite. She really, even though she was sort of the star of the time, all she wanted to do for George was to pay homage to him and respect him, even though she did do that one sort of interview where she was, maybe blowing a little bit of smoke up the reporters, whatever. And I think that she really did, all she wanted to do was honor, and she obviously had feelings for George, and she wanted to honor the past and the way that, the people that did pave the way for her. She had nothing but respect for George. And what's interesting about that is George didn't really want to compete with her, but despite trying to have a go at things on his own, he would, he slowly but surely realized she was his competition. There's that great scene where he opens, he rolls out a poster with a date on it, and then he goes and sees a poster with Pepper on it, with the same date on it, and he realizes, this is my competition. Another thing that's kind of interesting is I think the movie, really the lesson is that you need to adapt to the times. There's no sense being this sort of artist. You can take your talents and apply them, you need to tailor them to the audience. It can't be 100% about you. You have to take in consideration the the other people, your audience, even though you still need to stay true to yourself. You need to have that balancing act, which is a really cool, cool idea to play with. I'm glad that by the end of it, George was able to find his comfortable medium. With that said, that's pretty much all I have to say about this movie. I hope you guys liked it. Thanks, and have a good day.